Greetings. Today is July the 3rd, 2014, just before Independence Day. I'm standing in a little town of Gordon. Once again, the people are asking, what is the power of the vote and the ballot in the state of Georgia? People are asking, where is Governor Nathan Deal, Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp, and Attorney General Sam Owens in the many problems that is in many Georgia cities? Today I'm standing in Gordon City, as I just said, and we are waiting the Mayor Whippaloo, to return to office today. We're waiting for her to pick up her keys. As you know, the Honorable Judge Robert S. Reeves will be in court this morning seeking a second temporary restraining order on the mayor that will keep her from her office, wherein she was elected by the majority of votes here in Gordon, Georgia. And as I picked up the newspaper for June the 26th, 2014, headline reads, "Concerned Citizens ask High Court to reconsider ruling." There's a lot of controversy going on here in Gordon, as well as in Meigs, Georgia, with black female mayor Linda Harris, who is getting very little news media coverage from the Atlanta Journal and Constitution and other news media outlets. Also, as you know, Dawson, Georgia had its own problems some months ago, and that's a story for another day. I've been called to Davisboro, Warrenton, and even Lumpkin, among others, but I'm going to speak of Lumpkin, Georgia, because I was called there by the president of the NAACP, Alfonso. He said that Mayor Gibson had been referred to the chief of the fire department, a white Caucasian. Let me back up. The chief fireman was told that Mayor Gibson was a nigger, allegedly. I didn't know nothing about this. If I had not been called, I would have known nothing about it. So after I got there, I reported it. Just watch it on this channel to save time, because that's another story for another day. So now I will wait until Mayor Ann Whippaloo comes here at Gordon City Hall to pick up her keys to assume the duties of those that elected her into office to serve their needs, the needs of their children, community, and coming generations. Listen, and listen well. But above all, ask yourself, why is it that all of this confusion seems to be about the Sunshine Law, the Open Records Law, and the alleged misappropriation of funds and credit cards, but nobody is talking about the 19 banking accounts, let me repeat, the 19 banking accounts that deals with taxpayers' money, as Councilman Reeves talked about. So we are going to continue to highlight, report, and report, and report what the people have to say if they will get in front of the camera. Once again, the Ghetto Free Press, doing what we do because it must be done. Here comes the mayor now. This is Mayor Ann Whippaloo, and she's going into the office, I guess, to pick up her keys. Of course, people across. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
Madam Mayor, what are you doing here today?
I'm here to pick up the keys to the office. I've been redirected that today the 30 day is up with the TRO,
Okay.
and I'm free to go back into the office.
Okay, thank you very much. Can I walk with you?
Yes, come
okay,
on,
thank you
be
very
my
much.
guest.
All right, thank you. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press. I'll be walking in with you. We also have people over here that are gathered to see what goes on here. So let's walk in and she get ready to go in. And we will actually see what happens. Thank you.
Good morning. How are you? I'm here to pick up the keys.
I don't have any.
Who has them?
Terry.
Would you call them and tell them I'm here to pick them
Sure,
up?
I will. Good morning, Mr. Terry. This is Heather at City Hall, and Mayor Lou is here to pick up her keys. So, could you give me a call back as soon as you get this message? We're here at the office. Thank you. He's not answering his phone, so I've left him a message.
Madam Mayor, if you do not pick up the keys, what's next?
We'll go and wait on the orders from my attorney.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Today is Thursday morning. They got the newspaper.
This is the Ghetto Free Press, and I'm down here at Gordon City Hall, and as you can see, the people are very much concerned. Don't think that they are not. And while we're at it, to the people of Gordon, don't think that you are here by yourself. This is happening in other cities in the state of Georgia, and these are citizens who are concerned. And what do you all want to say today to the people of Gordon and the state of Georgia?
This has to stop. We support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
We support the mayor.
Okay, now, why do you support the mayor? Anybody?
Because the mayor hasn't really been given an opportunity to do what she needs to do, and it's not fair. And we are out here today supporting her because where there is no justice, there is no peace.
All right, what'd you say, my brother?
And also, she's the person we elected to be in office. We elected her, so she needs to be given the opportunity because we put her there. We always support everybody else. Now we want to support the mayor that we elected in office.
I see you all wearing these shirts. What are these shirts about? I see National Action Network. Are you all a part of that or what?
We're part of it. We're Gordon, Wilkinson, County, Nan. And this organization is more than just us.
Okay.
But we're just here supporting the mayor on this morning. But we're here to support the mayor. This group support the mayor.
Okay, so your major focus, regardless of what organization you're behind, is to support the mayor, to show support for the mayor. Am I correct?
Yes.
Right.
All right.
We support the mayor.
We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
Okay, is there any other issues outside of the Sunshine Law, as well as the Open Records Law, that has you all concerned?
Yes.
Yes.
Mostly
Go ahead.
mostly concerning the rules that the city has put out. Long as it's been mayor, they never brought this subject up. Since she got to be mayor, everything she doing is wrong. She is not doing anything wrong. If our city councilman Edith wanted to be the mayor, he had the opportunity to run. He have ran and he lost. Don't nobody want him mayor, no way. Mayor Kenny Turner accept the loss. Why can't everybody else?
Right.
That's the main thing.
The mayor. We support the mayor.
That's your name.
Yes, and what say?
Mary Ann Little.
Yes, and what do you have to say?
Well, I'll tell you, we are all a country of laws. It seems like these laws are only meant for the white folks. When a black man comes up, he has no right, he has no vote. He voted for her in office, and that was not accepted.
We support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
Mary Whipple.
And Whipple Lou.
Yes.
Now, the next thing I want to mention, she ordered an audit, but they are covering up corruption, fraud, and mismanagement. That's why they do not want anyone to look.
We support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
Does anybody have a comment about how can the voters in the state of Georgia be disenfranchised because you all elected her, yet I don't care whether it's the governor, the secretary of state, not the governor because I know the governor can, but how can all these other people just take a mayor down that the people elected? Do you think that's right under our form of government here in the state of Georgia?
No.
We
support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
In reference to what you just said, we are on the eve of July the 3rd. Tomorrow will be the Independence Day for America. Keep in mind that the will of the people has already spoken here in Warrenton, Georgia. They elected Mayor Mary Ann Whipple on the 15th of November. Now we have a group known as the Concerned Citizens of Gordon who wish to revoke that. And they're currently having a hearing today in Meigs Georgia by Judge Barbara Reeves, who has no longer overseeing this case. However, the appeal court has allowed him to hear this morning. I'm quite sure that he will come to grips that his earlier decisions that he made, that he will now be in line with the appeal court and send the opposition party for the concerned citizens of Gordon on their way. And hopefully they'll come to grips that the will of the people has spoken and they need to get in line and support Mary Ann Whipple Lou and move forward to taking care of the business of the city and stop being an obstacle for her administration to move forward.
We support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
We support the mayor.
Now, another question is this, and I think this is often forgotten. Behind Mayor Whipple is children, grandchildren, friends and relatives, mothers and fathers. Does anybody want to comment, how do you think this affects the mayor in her capacity as mother and these different titles? How do you think going through all of this? We know that the mayor in Meigs, Georgia have been in the hospital. Her mother have been in the hospital, maybe as a result of the additional stress that has been placed upon her over in Meigs, Georgia. Can anybody tell me what do you think it might be like to having to go through this unnecessarily?
Well, I can say that being her daughter, I see that, you know, it's undue stress on her, but she manages very well. She's a strong woman and she has God on her side. And because of this, she's able to stand. Stand when the pressure seems to be so grip holding tight. But she's a strong woman, and that's why she was elected mayor of this fair city of Gordon. So I'm asking that she gets a fair chance. She was voted in, so let the woman do her work. Let her do her job, because they're doing whatever they see fit. They fired City Attorney Boone, but now it seems they put him back into place. Is that right? Is that fair? No, it's not. He was fired. So why is there an assumption that he's the city attorney? We say no. We support the mayor.
We support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
Would anybody like to comment? Because this is what I have observed. How could it be that the mayor and council took action at a public meeting in the state of Georgia, and yet it seems as if the mayor pro tem, I noticed in the June the 26th newspaper, it states the pro tem saying I, that the word I, the personal pronoun I. It's like the other council members don't have any weight. And in addition to that, they say that the current, well, the new attorney Jones was picked by the mayor. But I never see nothing in the news media which states that it was approved by the council. So why is it that it seems like everything is pushed toward the mayor instead of mentioning the council? Is not the council the elected force of the council?
Yes, they are.
So why do you think they're putting everything as if though the mayor is doing something wrong when the council approving of it?
Because they're singling her out. They figure if they get rid of her, then they'll have the opportunity to work on getting rid of them. The bottom line. Let's call a spade a spade.
I have a comment. If Terry Eady, if he wanted to be the mayor, he should have ran to be the mayor. He got one taste of a meeting and he thought he's the mayor now. So if he wanted to be the mayor, he should have ran to be the mayor.
All right.
Also, it was my understanding, whether it's true or not, my understanding, which I'm not 100% sure that it's true, the remarks that he made. Once he got the mayor out, he was going to start working on certain city council members.
Wow.
We support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
You all are from here and I'm not. I was called into this area. My other question is this, and I'm about through. But my question is this. Do you all believe that what I read the June 26th newspaper, and I've been watching and reading the Wilkerson Post religiously, as well as watching the TV stations, all of them. My question to you all as citizens who live here, do you all feel that the news media is being fair, unbiased to the mayor and to the people of Gordon, or maybe it's just a select few? What's your opinion on that? Anybody?
Of course they are being selective, and they're singling her out. The newspaper here, they're making record sales. And why? Because it's a gossip column, pretty much. They're focusing on putting negativity on the mayor, which is false allegation and brought up by the concerned citizens of the city. So my thing of it is, give her a fair shot. And I can understand why she doesn't want to speak to the media, because everything that she says, they twist it. That's why I say, people of Gordon, get a first-hand account of what's going on at city council meetings. I've attended regularly. I'm always there. And we need to show our support for our mayor. If you want to know what's going on, get the first-hand account. Don't look for the news report. Don't look for the newspaper. Get a first-hand account. Be there. Show up.
I've heard you speak before, and it's already on social media, wherein you stated that the pastors, the business owners, I think you even went as far as the extraterrestrials, if they are in this community, to come forth, step up to the plate, and be heard, because now is the time to be heard. Would you expound a little bit more on that, please?
Yes, now is the time for, you know, the different leaders in our city to stand up. Because too often, I'm not seeing the church family, I mean pastors, elders, missionaries, evangelists, where are you? During Martin Luther King time, civil rights, they were heavy, deep into action. So now is the time. We see that civil rights are being trampled. Where are you? Where are you? Business leaders, where are you? Business owners, where are you? Different organizations, where are you? We have a big problem down here on our hands in Gordon, and we need for you to come out, show your support. Now is the time.
We support the mayor.
We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
Now, with all the problems that I have already identified in all these other Georgia cities, I believe right now that Gordon is the hornet's nest. Does anybody want to comment or say anything about why they believe the governor or some other governmental agency cannot come into Gordon and these other cities and at least give the citizens and the voters in Georgia, they need at least listen to the voice of the people? What say you?
I have one comment.
My question is, what about the governor and these other elected officials? Do you all believe they need to come and say something?
Of course they do. Yes.
They most definitely need to come in. I mean, we put these people in office also to represent us.
Exactly.
And now we're in need of assistance, so we're asking and we want them to come in. We support the mayor.
We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
Yes, sir, you had something to say?
Yeah, I have one observation really, and that is when the council first voted on the audit, you had 6 council members was present, and you had 5 voted for the audit and 1 voted against the audit. It is rumored that one person made a statement to another member, "You are a disgrace to the white race." Well, if that's not racist, I don't know what is. He also said, and I quote, "If I go to jail, you are going to go to jail also. So why you want to support it?" Those statements have never been put on the air, in the news, in the newspaper, in the Wilkinson Post. I'm wondering why. I spoke to Channel 41 about it, and their comment was, and I quote, "I understand, I was there, I heard it, I've it on tape, but from our vantage point, it is not newsworthy." And that will tell you exactly what I'm saying.
So now, Mr. Lou, what you are saying is that, I mean, when you first started, my question to you was, is this a figment of your imagination? But now you have stated on camera before the people and citizens in Gordon, in the state of Georgia, and for Eric Holder of the Department of Justice that also have a civil rights division that deals with racial issues, you making it unequivocally clear that somebody witnessed what was said, yet our newspapers have ignored or said that it was not newsworthy, when let me repeat, when in Lumpkin, Georgia, a white female city councilman allegedly referred to Mayor Gibson, and I went and covered the story because I was called to that area, referred to him as a nigger. They told me don't use the N-word, but call it what it is because we're at 2014. So you're saying what you just said can be substantiated and verified by certain individuals. Who else was there that saw or heard what you were saying?
I would say the mayor reported it, number one, at the meeting. Nobody.
Okay, so this was at a public meeting?
Yes.
City council meeting?
City council meeting. And that was not put in the minutes.
Wait a minute. You're saying that somebody is not putting the beef of the minutes in the minutes?
Amen. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Tawana Brown.
What's the name?
City clerk.
Go ahead. What's the name?
Her name is City Clerk Tawana Brown. I was there at that meeting when Mayor Lou discussed that. She said point blank, that Terry Eady made the comment to City Council Member Smallwood.
Thomas Smallwood.
Exactly. Said that, well, you ought to just paint your face black. Now, if that's not a racist comment, I don't know what is. Do we want a person of that nature, of that character, being Mayor Pro Tem for us? Do we want that person to step up? Now, they got a good one, Mayor Lou. Now they're trying to put in, what? A disgrace. We support Mayor Lou.
We support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
So once again, and I have to admit that this morning I really have been educated, because I did not know that that comment had been made. I am a retired military veteran, and I thought that if something come up like this, at least the news media should report it. That should have been, especially if it took place at a public meeting in the state of Georgia. Number one, it should have been published by the news media. Number two, it definitely ought to have been in the minutes.
Amen.
Well, we're glad you're out here.
No.
Go ahead. What you say, sister?
I said we're glad you're out here now supporting.
Thank you. Yes.
And one of the councilmen asked the mayor if he could say something, and the mayor said yes. And he said, was it I who said that his face should be painted black? And she said, no, it wasn't you.
Wow. Okay. Mr. Lou, I think you said you had something.
No, I would say this.
We support the mayor. We support the mayor. We support the mayor.
I would say this one thing. People got to understand that from my vantage point, from my knowledge, a law was broken when two people conspire to deprive another one of their EOC
their rights.
Youth rights. Then that is a law that carries 10 years under the federal jurisdiction. So I want everybody to know that. That's a federal offense. And I do not know why nobody has taken it up, nobody has mentioned it, nobody has said anything. Okay. There's a crime committed.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm going to close this out. If anybody else has anything to say, but before, if you do it, I want to make this statement. I have a question for you, really. This have come up at a council meeting. I have attended all of them because I'm from out of town. But I was called here, and this is what I do. But I have a question for you all. Do you find it strange that a city the size of Valdosta, a metro city with over 50,000 people, do not have 19 banking accounts? I don't know how many people live in Gordon. I'm just guessing. I guess 20,000.
No, 2,000.
Not even close.
But anyway, they have 19 banking accounts. How could that be? And what's going on with this? Anybody have any idea why we need 19?
I respond to that.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The reason why Gordon has all these different accounts because, you know, you got criminals that working in the judicial system.
That's right.
And no matter how high official that you may be or whatever's going on, the audit was what really started the problem in the city of Gordon. Right. Yeah. Gordon has been going through changes for I don't know how many years, but the growth of Gordon has never changed. Everything is still the same. Nobody, former mayors, nobody ever did anything for the city of Gordon. But Gordon taxpayer pays all of this money. They're getting all kind of millions of dollars from the businesses that's here. Where is it going?
Where is it going?
Where is it going? I tell you where it's going. It's going in greedy people's pockets.
That's right.
And I'm not going to call it a spade. I'm going to call it an ace. And that's what happening in Gordon. Right. But we got a mayor that's not afraid of what's going on, and she's not afraid of what may come on her. But the simple fact is, Gordon needs to change. And a lot of people don't want to make that change. But I was born and raised here in Gordon, and I've seen Gordon I've been away for 38 years and came back to live in Gordon. And do you know ain't nothing changed in 38 years? Ain't no growth, no nothing have happened in that. I never known a city to never come up into the 2014. We still back in the 60s when ours came down and living as a child. It's time for us to do something about it. And our mayor is the one that do it. And she can do it if they just stick together. And I would like everybody to know, including the concerned citizen, that we want to work with them too. We have to live together as a family. And no matter what you may feel about blacks, we are here and we ain't going anywhere. So let's live together as a people. Or if you want to separate, separate. But don't stop the growth that God is able to do. And our mayor can do that.
That's right. Time for a change.
As you can see, the people are saying that it is time for a change. Peace.
You heard it. People are intelligent.
See, you're making things out of hand.
No, I'm not. I'm just stating. You made a statement.
Go
I
around and ask
accepted
how many black
you.
friends I got in the community.
I'm not that.
Promoted people and everything.
Thank you.
Excuse me, what's your
Okay.
Because again, the police officers going in and it's very cordial, and I guess we can commend them. At least they're trying to be cordial.
You heard it. People are intelligent.
See, you're making things out of hand.
No, I'm not. I'm just stating. You made a statement.
Go
I
around and ask
accepted
how many
you.
black friends I got in the community.
I'm not that.
Promoted people and everything.
Thank you.
Excuse me, what's your...
I don't want to be on camera.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to just get closer in her and look at Satara right in the middle. Lower it down. Lower it down. Say testing.
Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2.
You can just look at Satara right in the middle.
Can you tell me your reaction to what happened inside?
Well, my reaction to what happened is that I question now the laws and procedures in the state of Georgia. I'm totally confused about the process. I heard a lot of speculation, I heard opinions, and I don't see how a lot of that could have even been said in a court of law in the state of Georgia. That is number one that concerns me. The things that were said that somebody else said. To me, I'm accustomed to that being hearsay unless it's a different type of court setting that I'm not familiar with.
Are you familiar with the court of law?
I live not much. I'm not a lawyer, but keep going.
What are some things that you hopefully feel? I'm assuming that you are on the side.
I am on the side of truth. As you know, I cover a lot of areas and cities, and so it's not about being on any one side. As I have said so many times before, I am on the side of truth. This is why I've served my country for 21 years. My side is the American side, where everybody has a right in this country.
Do you remember anything that the judge said, or not the judge, that Devlin Cooper was saying to Terry Eady? Do you remember any of the things that he was, any of the exhibits that he was showing, any things that he was saying? Do you remember that?
Well, one thing that got my attention was the fact that my name is George Boston Ryan, and I carried no signs this morning. That was a flat outright lie.
So were you in the city of Gordon this morning?
Yes, absolutely.
Were you
and I was at City Hall, but I carried no signs. I was not in a protest rally of the sort, of anything of that nature.
Did you see anybody else
Absolutely. I saw others carrying signs, but not George Boston Ryan.
What was the atmosphere like this morning in City Hall since we weren't there, since we weren't able to be there?
It was as usual, but it seemed as if though the mayor seemed to believe that there's a great possibility that there's a connectedness between the city police, Tawana Brown, I think her name is, being not from Gordon, and a lot of that, she seemed to believe that there was phone calls possibly made to other people that eventually came to City Hall. So that means that there seemed like there is a pattern and a practice of trying to belittle the mayor, to make her look guilty or unprofessional. And once again, I'm not speaking in terms of whether I'm for the mayor, but in other cities as well.
Can you describe what it was like this morning at City Hall?
Okay, going back to okay, thank you very much. I will stay focused, I appreciate that. I want to ask the question, I don't like to avoid questions. It was as usual, and that is the atmosphere was good, the protest was outstanding, there was no disturbance. Inside Tawana and everything, she responded to the mayor's question in terms of calling Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Edie. And so everything went well on that end. So there's nothing negative I can say at all about the atmosphere. The atmosphere what it was.
How many protesters did you see?
Approximately 20.
Now, you're not a resident of Gordon, correct?
No, I'm not.
So what is your concern and your involvement in this case?
That is a very good question. And I think it was Channel 41 asked that question before. When I served this country, I didn't serve for Gordon or Valdosta. I served for all Americans, including those in outlying territory of Guam and other areas. So when I started this journey, I went to Quitman and I saw a pattern in practice. Wherever there are newly elected black mayors, it's like as if though they're trying to circumvent the powers of the vote and the ballot. Then I was called to Meigs Georgia with Linda Harris, who have been through the same thing that this mayor is going through. She asked for an audit, and it seemed like all heaven or hell broke loose. And then the rest is history. She has been arrested twice, have 2 criminal trespasses on her. Both of her brothers have criminal trespass. So from there, I was called to another city. That city was called Dawson, Georgia. I went to Dawson, and I did the same thing in Dawson, Georgia. While in Dawson, Georgia, I was called to another city called Gordon, Georgia. When I came to Gordon, Georgia, I found the same thing. And there were people called me from Warrenton and other cities. This is a pattern in practice that seems to be running rampant in the state of Georgia. And the Secretary of State, Brian P. Kemp, Attorney General, Mr. Sam Olson, as well as Eric Holder, the Justice Department, are aware of all of this. And it seems like to me, in the United States of America, some government entity should step in and put an end to all of this charade, as I call it. So to make it short form, in terms of your original question, I am here, and my interests are, if I took an oath during my service commitment to defend this country from both foreign and domestic enemies, I have a responsibility to ensure that freedom of the press is respected, to make sure that the voters who go to vote, to cast their vote for the person they want to represent them, their community, their children, and the coming generations should have that right. If, even back in the days of old, when blacks did not have a right to vote, and a lot of other rights were outright denied them, but yet and still, we never came out to the degree that we see happening in these 8 to 11 cities in the state of Georgia. And then I was called to Lumpkin, Georgia. I was called to Lumpkin last week. I went over there, and elected city council, a white female, allegedly called the Mayor Gibson a nigger. And this is a pattern and practice that's tearing these cities apart. It's tearing the black community apart, it's tearing the white right community apart, and it's really bringing the judicial system in the state of Georgia under scrutiny. Because the world, I get hits from New Zealand across the world. So this thing is much bigger than just here. I hope you can find your answer, and if not, ask me again.
My last question would be, from everything that you've seen in the court today, do you believe that there is absolutely any possibility of the mayor actually doing anything that the concerned citizens of Gordon are accusing her of doing? Do you think there's absolutely any possibility that she might be doing things not by the book? Do you think there's any possibility of her doing things illegally?
Absolutely. I think there's a great possibility that she could be doing some things illegal. I do believe that. But I don't think she's doing it intentionally. I think that just like the meeting that was mentioned here about how she terminated the meeting, that was because the whole meeting had got in disarray. And I think she did that to cut down on confusion. That's why she did it. Now, the book of Job talk about Job being a perfect and upright man. But Job had fault. And so we all have fault in one form or another. And so yes, I believe she may be guilty, but I'll tell you one thing, I do not believe that her fault is any greater than others who are doing things that is unprecedented against an elected official in the state of Georgia, in my opinion.
Well, if you feel like she's doing something illegal, wouldn't you think that that's a violation of oath of office? And shouldn't that be reprimanded?
Well, before we get there, I do believe that there are procedures. If she has violated a law, there is a purpose. There is a purpose, and there is a way that you do it. And I have petitioned to remove people from office, but as far as just taking a person down for what I hear here against her, I mean, my goodness, I'm from Valdosta, and we had a mayor that had taken money, and it was documented, and he was removed from office. Eventually, he stepped down, but it was way far more severe than anything that I've seen here. And what I don't understand here is there are more questions about some money, 19 accounts. But anyway, make a long story short, next question.
Do you have any other things that you'd like to add? I mean, I don't have any other
Here again, I will go back to your original question. I will, and I'll say this, is that anybody that breaks the law should be held accountable by that same law. Now that I believe. But I also believe that if any mayor or elected official take office, and if they want a forensic audit of any kind, I think it should be done, especially if they have questions about the money. And it's the same way in Meigs. Wherever you go, to tell you the truth, it's about the money. And right here now, we're doing all this talk about sunshine laws, open records laws, but nobody is talking about the 19 accounts. I've addressed city council in Valdosta, Georgia, and mentioned to the mayor and those doing public meeting about 19 accounts, and you'll be amazed at their response. And it's recorded on my YouTube channel.
All right, thank you.
You're
welcome.
You. And this is the Ghetto Free Press, and this is the way I do it because somebody got to do it.
Okay, judge is issued today.
Well, Judge Reeves issued a second temporary restraining order in this case, again suspending Mayor Lou from office for a period of 30 days or until the interlocutory injunction hearing, which will occur sometime on July 21st, 22nd, or 23rd, or another time convenient for Mr. Kendall and myself.
And when does that take place? Immediately? The actual,
the next hearing will be July 21st, 22nd, or 23rd, or at another mutually agreeable time, at which point the court will be determining whether or not to issue an injunction through the duration of this case.
Okay, and what I was saying, immediately does the restraining order take place?
Yes, the temporary restraining order took place when Judge Reeves signed it. Okay. We've now sent it to the mayor's attorney via email, so the notice has been provided, and we will also have a copy served on Mayor Lou this afternoon.
I know we've talked several times. How do you feel this case is kind of coming along? Because it just seems like it's kind of taking its toll, you know, on the citizens, on the mayor, you know, the mayor's council as well. I mean, it's taking a toll on a lot of people. How do you feel this case is coming along?
I think it's taken a toll on the whole community, and I think that we've had 3 hearings now, and Mayor Lou hasn't shown up at the first one. She hasn't even bothered to come to court. I think she's scared that if she comes to a restraining order hearing, I'm going to put her under oath and cross-examine her. I think she knows she's violated the law, and I think she's scared to take the witness stand. And I think that her attorney and Mayor Lou have delayed this case, and they continue to delay this case. They continue to put the city of Gordon to great, great trouble and tribulation. And I think that there's a simple solution to this whole matter, and that is let us proceed to a trial of the case on the merits. And if she has concerns that justice wasn't done after that trial, she can appeal to the Court of Appeals, to the Supreme Court of Georgia. But instead, she continues to delay.
What will you continue to do as the concerned citizen's lawyer?
Well, we'll proceed both in the Court of Appeals, moving to dismiss her appeal in the next few days. We consider it to be frivolous. We'll obviously attend the next interlocutory injunction hearing, and we will be vigilant and try to get this case prepared and to trial as quickly as possible. The original trial date was August 1st, and I don't think that will proceed due to the appeal unless we can get it dismissed, which means the case will continue to drag out. But we'll be diligent in our efforts to move this case forward.
This current restraining order is also 30 days long?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm assuming that Terry Eady will take place as Mayor Pro Tem once more.
Right. Councilman Eady was elected as Mayor Pro Tem by the City Council at the beginning of the year. He'll continue in that position and continue to act as the mayor during Mayor Lou's suspension, however long that may last.
Yeah.
Is this routine for the time limit for this particular hearing in comparison to the other cases that you've heard as this judge has given to, say, Attorney Wayne?
Temporary restraining orders, no attorney in Georgia is entitled to notice of a temporary restraining order hearing. They're entitled to the applicant for a temporary restraining order making best efforts to provide notice. And in this case, with both temporary restraining order hearings, we've actually provided notice to Mr. Kendall. If Mr. Kendall had said, I need an extra hour to get to the courthouse, Judge Reeves has indicated he would give him another hour. We've indicated we would sit and wait. So it's very common for temporary restraining orders to be taken out on a very short time window because, again, the standard is that it's a fear of immediate and irreparable harm.
Okay, so I thank you because you have just clarified something that's in the minds of a lot of people. And so what you're saying is pretty routine, correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
I really have any other questions other than just clarifying.
You did say, I'm sorry if I'm...
It was a long hearing.
It was, but I just want to make sure, you were saying that the original trial date was supposed to be August 1st, but you're saying that you don't believe it will be?
I'm not sure that we can get to trial on August 1st. The Court of Appeals case that Mr. Kendall has filed will take some time to resolve unless we're successful in our motion to dismiss the appeal. So we're not sure, as we stand here today, when the final trial will be, which is why we continue to have to seek restraining orders and injunctions.
So by seeking restraining orders and injunctions, are y'all just trying to make sure, I mean, what the purpose, I'm assuming the purpose is to make sure she doesn't see office until there's a hearing, an actual trial court date?
Right. Our purpose is to maintain the status quo in the city of Gordon, to keep the city of Gordon moving along as it normally operates and operates in a healthy fashion. And unfortunately, to do that, we've had to seek the restraining orders and seek an injunction to keep her out of office due to the chaos she's wreaked in the city of Gordon during her tenure.
All right. Well, that's it.
Can I get back?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll grab that.
Pamela.
Everybody.
P-A-M-E-L-A. Reeves.
R-E-A. V as in Victor, E-S.
E-S. All right. And you're a citizen of Gordon.
Yeah.
All right, so kind of talk to me about living in Gordon and your take on what's going on down in Gordon.
A lot of things that Terry Eady said today, I think it was based on speculations, on hearsay, nothing factual. And another thing that he really said, you know, about the fuel, the police, there's nothing going on in Gordon that they need the fuel 24/7.
Well, do you feel as a citizen that Gordon is running smoothly under Mayor Whipple's leadership?
Yes, very much, very much. This is who we elected, and I think that she needs to be put back in position.
As a citizen, what are some of the things that she's personally done that I mean, have really benefited you as a citizen?
I mean, just asking for a forensic audit. Who would want to come in to a place that may be already mixed up or have several accounts, is not in order? Who would want to come in into something messy? You know, get everything right in the beginning, know what's going on. When she come in the office, they refuse to give her files. They refuse to, you know, give her the right charter. I mean, when you're running a business, or you're coming in business, or you're a city official, any type of official, you need your items to do your duty. And I don't feel like the citizens are giving them what they need. As for Terry Edie, I don't think she's been, you know, been treated fair. I think if he wanted to be the mayor, maybe he should have ran for the mayor instead of trying to take her seat.
Do you feel like it's a race issue in Gordon?
Oh, yes. But it should be about being united. You know, it's not about white, it's not about black. It's about the city of Gordon and the citizens of Gordon.
Do you feel that the city of Gordon is divided now?
Yes.
Even more so after what's going on?
Yes.
What are some of the things that you're doing? Because obviously we had a concerned citizen group, and I'm assuming you guys, part of the network, are concerned citizens yourselves. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to help see Gordon in a better future?
We're supporting our mayor. That's who we elected, and that's who we're in support of.
Do you believe anything that was going on in the courthouse? They basically, Devlin Cooper was asking Terry Edie, you know, this is Exhibit A, this is Exhibit B, this is saying that she did this wrong, that she did this illegally, that she did this. Do you believe that there's absolutely any possibility of her doing something or doing her duties incorrectly or illegally? Do you believe that has happened at all?
No, I don't think so. I gotta say something. To me, she hasn't been given the opportunity to perform any duties. As soon as she got into office, they started in on her. Now, no one went into office. All of that is not going on in Gordon. In fact, I've lived in Gordon for numerous years. Gordon is still as it was when I was a child. Nothing has been brought in, no businesses. They brought one business in, and they made sure that it was put in the city of Ivy, which was the Huddle House. And now it is closed.
But why do you think that people are so, I guess, disadvantaged in Gordon when it comes to new businesses, a better government system? Why do you think that that is the case?
Apparently they don't want no growth. And that's what the mayor came in with. She wanted to make the city grow.
So you think that she represents growth and change for Gordon?
Yes, and we need that. Definitely. We need growth in Gordon. Gordon was larger than the city of Gray. Now Gray is almost equal to Macon. Not quite, but it has grown. Gordon hasn't grown. We've been the same. I mean, I've been there for years, and we have been the same city. Nothing. One street. One stoplight. It's not about what Mayor Lou is doing wrong. It really isn't. It's the fact that they don't want her in there because she won't grow in the city.
I have a question. When she was running for office, did she say that she was going to bring growth? Did she say?
I'm sure that she did.
Yes, she did.
I'm sure that she did.
Do you remember what she said she would do?
Well, she said, for one thing, I know she was saying that she wanted things for everybody. Not for only the blacks, but the whites also. For everybody in our city. For the children. We don't have any kind of recreation for our kids. Or nothing like that. And it's just, I mean, it's terrible that they're saying that it's because she's a racist. Now, I was approached at the post office one day by a white lady, and she said to me, you know, she was telling me about the city didn't have anything. And then as soon as somebody else white came up, she said to me, she said, well, what y'all think about the mayor? And I was like, well, I don't think you should talk about that. And she said, well, I think she's racist. I said, no, she's not racist. But to me, it's not that she's racist, but they don't want growth. And I guess if you're black, you have to get back.
My question then would be, if she's saying that she's going to bring growth, do you remember how she was going to? Did she say the plan that she was going to?
To the first one.
No, she didn't say what kind of plans, not to my knowledge. But the thing is, she hasn't been given an opportunity.
What do you think about her locking certain departments and taking away keys, or maybe issuing Tawana Brown, as they say? Now, this is not my words; these are their words, saying, you know, that Tawana Brown was pressured by the mayor to write checks, you know, taking.
I don't understand that, but my thing is this: if she is the mayor, why doesn't she have the keys that they have? Why doesn't she have the key like?
No, she had the keys. She took them away, as stated in court today.
I don't understand that. I don't understand what they're talking about. She took the keys away.
As in, she took out the old locks, put in new ones, so nobody else who actually, if you worked in the post office, you didn't have your own key to get in. She had the key, but you didn't.
Because
she in the post office?
Any
department.
I'm not familiar with that. And to me, didn't they say which departments were there? There was a Discovery Center,
Better Homes,
certain
departments like that.
I don't understand what's going on there.
Okay, I have one other comment. One of the things that she requested was the audit, and I think this put the icing on the cake. Everybody went to talking, audit. Why not present the audit? Why not pay the auditor? Okay, Terry Eady, he can pay a contractor $52,000.
No, what they were saying in there, not to cut you off, but what they were saying in there was that they wanted to pay the auditor, Brett.
No, they refused to pay the auditor.
What was his name?
They paid him $10,000.
Or Basket.
Yeah. They paid him one $10,000 check.
And I was at that city council meeting. And it was agreed by the city councilman to pay him that $10,000. Okay, what about his other $20,000? You can pay a contractor $52,000 since he's been the mayor pro tem, and then come in and he does more construction work, and you can pay him, and he has the right to sign that check, and she doesn't have the right as the mayor to sign that check. What's wrong with that picture? It's not so much black and white. They do not want this audit to go through. The biggest thing is this audit.
I'd like to ask you a question. Both of you all been in the city for how long? How many years have you been in Florida?
I was born there.
I was born there.
Okay, so all of your life. Have you ever seen any mayor go through what Mayor Whipperloo is going through? Have you ever seen
No, and that's what I was saying. The other mayors that came in, no one ran up in there talking about the charter or what's going on in the city. Nobody questioned them. But as soon as Mayor Whipperloo went into office, they were all on top of her. And that's just unfair. That's injustice unto her. They haven't given her an opportunity. Nobody knows what the other mayor's done. And apparently nothing. I mean, I won't say nothing, but the city hasn't grown. There is nothing in Gordon to show if grants have come through, what happened to them? What happened to them? Look at Gordon. There's nothing there. The city hasn't grown. Ever since I was a child, the city looked like it looks now.
Let me ask you another question, then I'll be through. Why do you all think, since y'all been there so long in this city, why do you think that the mayor very seldom grants interviews to the news media?
Well, I can answer that.
Very good question.
I have had bad experience. Not per se with WMAZ or 41, But with the Wilkerson County people, I mean, they take things and they twist it around, and they it's just a bunch of junk. I think they need to pattern themselves after the Macon paper, maybe the Millersville paper, because that is junk. You know, this is the biggest sale they ever had in the history of paper sale. And it's trash, it's junk.
Can you give me an example of what they say, how they twist?
Just different things that they say, they just twist it from, you know, from past experience. Myself, I know I told them something and I don't care to share it, but they took it and they twisted it around. It was not what I said. And Ms. Lou, she had the same experience.
It's another restraining order against you from the plaintiffs, Terry E., Freddie Danson, Amanda Bays, and the same crew, and this is to keep you out of office for another 30 days. Okay? So what you need to do is just carry this and give this to your lawyer, and let him handle it for you. Okay? Sure. Just wait till they hear. All this belongs to you. Okay. Let's see if there's anything that I need to especially tell you about. Exhibits and all of that. You've already got them 3 or 4 times. We had a hearing today.
Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press. This is George Boss Rhymes, and once again, the mayor has been served papers here at her home, and we can only say that these sheriff deputies are only doing what the judges authorize, and sometimes we look negative on them, but the bottom line is that they're carrying out their duties, and we must thank them for doing what is required under our form of government. It's just that there are other irregularities that must be addressed. Once again, the Ghetto Free Press, George Boss Rhymes, doing what we do because it must be done.